Have you ever thought about spending your entire life savings on a very large man-made rock? Well, neither have I until this moment, but it's happening today. This is a disaster. And if you guys are new around here, from what seems like a lifetime ago, I made a bet with my wife that if this silly little YouTube channel exceeded 100,000 subscribers, I could build a shop in my backyard here in North Texas. For the past 10 or 11 months now, we've been working through all the fine details on what's going to be this newest piece of paradise we're calling Molokai. From the city building permit shenanigans to all of our homeowners association regulations, we found the area to play in to get this thing approved, and we are about time for a very large, fairly expensive man-made rock. It's time for concrete. It's gonna be a good day. We have nearly 2,000 square feet here in the front side of the shop of Flatwork. Now, I could have easily done a small, skinny driveway extending from my current driveway out to the shop, but this space is going to be so special. This is the space I'm gonna be hanging out with my boys, enjoying projects, washing cars, enjoying the time I have here on this beautiful green earth. This is the spot. This is paradise. This is Molokai. We have a 4-inch concrete that's going to get saw-cut joints. We have a piece of hardwood or redwood splitting down the center, and the grade or slope is a very minimal slope where the water drainage will drain out this way down the side of the yard. The rebar is at 16 inches on center. This is number 3 rebar. For the shop, we got number 3 rebar, 16 on center, 30-inch footers with number 5 rebar, and probably one of the coolest parts of this slab, the exact location which I'm going to place a 2-post lift. How this building is going to work is going to be a metal building frame in which we're going to do kind of a traditional stick-built frame within the metal building frame, like a hybrid barn dominium. Because we're doing a traditional wood frame, we need base plates, and what base plates typically call for are those little anchor bolts that go in the concrete and you mount the base plate to it. And from the research I've done, there's a specific location you need to place those anchor bolts. That way when our framer gets here, he can frame those up real nice and tidy. And yes, you're looking at the framer. And if you guys are enjoying the content at any point in the video today, feel free to scroll down, hit the subscribe button below, and join the Ohana. And I need to caveat this by I am not an expert, nor do I have any experience in this. I'm figuring it out as I go. And what I've seen currently is basically all the buildings they're building around here. I've been kind of spying and measuring all their stuff.
Why are we putting it there?
When it's drying, we're gonna put that there. All right, guys. We're all set. Little man helped. So what we have are all those red marks is where the anchor bolt's going to go. We got 50 of them all the way around the building. That is the last thing we needed to get ready prior to pour. So the next time you guys see this is gonna be bright and early on Wednesday. This is gonna be awesome. See you guys Wednesday morning. My gosh. Well, it's not Wednesday, and we're not in a good situation here. So on Tuesday, we had some crazy weather come through, flood everything, so we had to postpone our pour on Wednesday. It is now Friday. We had a scheduled pour for 7 a.m. on Saturday. The weather called for absolutely beautiful weather all the way through the weekend and next week, so we're in a perfect situation. This year's weather forecast accuracy has been nothing short of comical. Lots of heavy wind, heavy rain, actually wind so powerful it knocked over all of my metal fencing. Flatwork isn't a huge issue here. What is the issue is our trenches. We have 30-inch footers and we could go swimming. That's not ideal. Holy crap. That's really bad. The weather is just really not working with us this year. It's getting really frustrating. So Saturday's pour is canceled, but that's not the main issue here. The issue is those trenches being filled with water. We do not want them collapsing in. Welcome back. Day 2 of pumping. Couldn't believe how much water actually came out of these trenches. It ran for like 6 hours pumping water until the submersible pump can no longer get underneath that number 5 rebar. So I ran to the store last night, picked up a different type of pump that can fit in between that rebar. Got probably another hour or so and we'll be, I guess, good to let this dry up all the way. Trenches are all clean, dried up, got everything pumped out, feeling good until 5 minutes ago. As of 5 minutes ago, we have now a level 3 enhanced risk severe thunderstorm. And in 2 hours, this is gonna be doomsday. I'm not gonna say this is cursed, but this is getting very frustrating. We are now 3 weeks of weather delays on getting my dang concrete laid. What is supposed to be called paradise, but right now it's a freaking nightmare. And probably get that mattress pad back out that I just finished cleaning to throw back on the car, because likely tonight, today, this afternoon, is gonna be some fairly large hail. We survived the storm. Fortunately, the weather forecasters were just as accurate as they usually are, so we are all dried out. We're ready. Not only that, but I just got confirmation that tomorrow morning we are confirmed. We're pouring. Just a few more things to button up here, and we're gonna be ready to party, guys.
In the darkness for 40 days. I've been searching for holy flames, a sign to light up the way. So can you help me out? Can you help me out?
Woo! Quick update, guys. I'm gonna chill here on my back porch and enjoy all this unfold. Actually, I want to talk to a camera in front of 30 different guys. It is a little bit awkward. Status update. The slab is poured. My goodness, that was a lot of concrete. They're having a good time. And right now we're pouring the Flatwork. So far, the shop foundation slab is pretty much good to go. We dropped in those anchor bolts, the base plate anchor bolts, a little bit too late, so we gotta tap them in a little bit. Now they're pouring all the Flatwork, or the driveway. So we're ensuring the fence posts are still perfectly level, because that's gonna be encompassed in all that concrete. A lot of added strength, which is good because we're gonna have a big rolling gate. And then from there, it's all just the fine tuning finish work. I paid a little bit of extra money towards saw cut joints, not only in the shop, but down the Flatwork, because I want that driveway to be as smooth as possible. My kids running around playing, skating, rollerblading, whatever the heck they're going to do, I want that to be as smooth as possible. So we're gonna do saw cut joints instead of the hand trowel ones. Fortunately, Mr. Blake is really tuned in to making this thing not only function and be strong, but look good as well. He realizes I make videos, I do YouTube, so he wants this to be presentable, wants it to look good. His progress is going good. It's gonna be 100 degrees in the next probably 30 minutes or so. So definitely a warm one. These guys are killing it.
Called a righteous man before. Yeah, I've been closer to Jesus before. So can you help me out? you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? Or can you help me out?
What do you think? Is that cool? What do you think? Is that pretty cool?
I've been scared to look in my soul. I've been
That, ladies and gentlemen, is truck number 10. This is 10 trucks. We're probably sitting at about 95 yards of concrete. That's insane. That's a lot of concrete for a home-built garage. Where's your brother? Where your brother went? Nope, all done? This is so exciting seeing this just come to life as concrete's lightening up too. It just looks so dang good. We're gonna do a very light brush on the concrete. We're gonna do saw cut joints, probably directly parallel to the side of the building or perpendicular to that front end. So it'll come down this way, another one in front of the door, and then along this redwood, probably one saw cut joint here, and then one on the other side in between the redwood and the building. The greatest cameraman in the world is back. There you go, bud.
Can you help
Good luck.
me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? Or can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? Or are you speaking out? Are you speaking out? I think I can feel you say dream big, 'cause boy you're gonna make it. Stand tall, there's a higher road you're taking. Let go of everything that you know and be wild in the mystery. Dream big, 'cause boy you're gonna make it. Stand tall, there's a higher road you're taking. Let go of everything that you know and be wild in the mystery.
Heat index, 110 degrees. Everything's gone smoothly today. It's going really well. So what's happening right now, the gentlemen are now making saw cut joints. We mentioned earlier the driveway, we're actually doing saw cut joints versus the hand trowel. Costs a little bit more, it's gonna look a lot better. Not only that, they're gonna do a radius cut, which is gonna look pretty cool. I'm not sure how they're gonna pull this off, but I'll show you guys here in a little bit. It is hotter than Hades right now, but these guys are gonna knock out the saw cut joints on the slab, on the Flatwork, and that'll be it for today. So here's some shots for you guys of that marvelous work, and we'll catch you guys tonight when it cools off a little bit, because I'm gonna water the slab. Apparently that's a thing.
Come on, come on. Be wild in the mystery. Oh, you gotta let go, let go, let go. And be wild, be
What a day. But now, I'm gonna water my concrete. Supposed to help it grow big and strong. But seriously, we're gonna water the concrete tonight. Allegedly, it helps the concrete cure slower, which increases strength. So 10 cement trucks came to deliver concrete. I think we're sitting at about 95 yards of concrete. Now in my backyard. I'm still kind of in Christmas morning mode, having a good time. My face is burnt to a crisp. Right there. Look at that hat tan line. That is handsome. That's gonna look great at the office tomorrow. So I'm going to miss all the work that's going to be done tomorrow. That section there in between the shop and the Flatwork, that's gonna be concrete laid at 11 a.m. tomorrow. We're gonna wreck all the forms early tomorrow morning. Saw cut joints are complete, and I actually really like this radius cut that he did. So this edge here from where that water is landing to what's going to be the fence line, that's a nice little curve we have going all the way there, and it follows the curve of this edge. Super stoked on that. We have the saw cut joints looking real good for the shop as well. I'm gonna spend the rest of the night out here watering my concrete. We'll see you guys bright and early. right, guys, what do you think of my life savings? It's bright and white and about 4,000 square feet. This is really bright. It's hard to explain how actually bright the reflection of the sunlight is off of this bright white concrete. So please excuse the sunglasses for a moment. Going over some quick specs on our slab here. 3,500 PSI is the concrete we use both for the pad and also all the flat work. 4 inches is the minimum thickness of the concrete. Again, both the slab and the flat work. There's a lot of parts of this concrete that's actually 5 to 6 inches deep. Same with actually our slab foundation. Because it sat for so long, we had so many storms roll through. The actual thickness closer to 5 inches than 4, and in some parts actually 6 inches in depth. As you saw with the slab, we have 30-inch footers running all around, number 3, number 5 repar. This is overbuilt. The metal building company also sent me anchor bolts that were larger than needed for our application. So again, overbuilt. We got a pretty good smooth, somewhat polished surface for our slab. You also saw us place these wedge anchors here on the edge of the concrete. When it comes time to frame this thing out, that's going to be a lot easier than having to drill into the concrete. My goodness, this is a massive slab of concrete. I've had several neighbors stop by and be like, oh, it's a lot of concrete. Yes, it is. Massive shout out to Mr. Blake over at NTX Concrete Works because they went far and beyond on this project. No, we didn't work out a special cash deal to give them advertising on the YouTube channel. I paid what a normal consumer would pay for this concrete. I just wanted good, honest, hard work. If I have to foot the bill, we'll foot the bill. Man, that Corvette looks good. This has already been a beast of a project, and we just started. This week, the metal building company got their payment for the metal building frame because next week, it's ready and it's getting delivered right there. We're just gonna pile it all up there at the side of the slab because we're gonna give the slab a full 28 days to cure before we start bolting up a super heavy metal building frame. So we got that scheduled, that's ready. I am completely broke at this moment. And as this project continues, I'm gonna bring you along for the ride and be as transparent as I can with you on all of this process. This first building I'm ever doing, I'm gonna make it as perfect as I can, but there's gonna be mistakes along the way. I'm gonna learn other things that I can do better next time, if and when there's a next time. So we're gonna be open and transparent through this. If you guys are enjoying this series so far and have not subscribed yet, feel free to scroll down, subscribe below, be part of the Ohana, because we still have clearly a lot to do. In addition, work with the Makaha runner will continue. We still have a few things to button up with our C5 Corvette Waikiki project, but primarily the big money, the big investment going to Project Molokai. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please smash that like button below. We will catch you guys in a few days for our next video. Until then, I'll be here on my very expensive man-made rock. Y'all take care. Ahui ho. Aloha.